Oh, Lord Jesus. You are lucky that I love the Lord, because if not, I would have went off.
Your love is rated X. That means you're extraordinary.
Hey guys, welcome to my first YouTube video. I'm not sure if this will be the first one that I upload. However, it is the first one that I'm actually filming with the intent to put onto YouTube. Sorry, I also look like a construction worker right now. Your girl, I don't know what's going on with my life, but here we are. Anyway, so I apologize for this lovely MacBook quality video. I did try to film on my phone and it just kept stopping. I'll add like a little blooper so you can see how irritated I get right here. The sun just also went behind the clouds, so if the quality or the lighting rather just kind of like goes in and out, I apologize because I am right in front of the window. So anyway, today's video is going to be a story time. I don't really have intentions of being like a story time YouTuber, but I was talking to someone about this story and I was like, I should make a video on this because I know that I'm not the only one that has faced something in this situation. And even if I am, I do want to bring a bit more awareness to it, because thinking about how it made me feel in that situation and how upset it made me feel later on, I was like, no, like, this isn't okay. So it is going to be something different than what's going to usually be on my channel, but I hope that it'll just bring awareness, and I don't know, even if you guys just get a good laugh or you get mad like I did, that's cool too. Alright, so let's jump in. As some of you guys may or may not know, I did go to college at the University of Oregon. So I graduated high school in 2015. Then I went over to college there. So everyone knows, you know, Oregon. They think keep Portland weird. Hashtag 420 marijuana, yay. Bye. Everyone, all things are love powered. However, in the good old dirty huge, it wasn't like racist or anything by any means, but there wasn't very much diversity. There was the campus was 1% African American, and a large majority of those were athletes or people that were in the athletic department. So you'd be walking down the street, people, oh, do you play a sport here? Excuse me? Yes, I do. So going into my second year, I actually did play sports. So sometimes people ask that question, you're like, yeah, I do. So you kind of didn't want to say that because you're like, maybe we're just here to get smart or to get a degree. So my first year, I was just straight academics. The second year, I did play rugby. So I was just kind of on both ends of the spectrum. So I was equally irritated. So, like I said, just 1%, a large majority of the campus was white, and then we did have a lot of international students. So that was pretty much the three main food groups. Anyway, so that's just to kind of give you guys some background. So there are a lot of racist places in Oregon. However, for the most part, I do feel like it's just pretty open and diverse-ish. It's pretty overall accepting. So just keep that in mind as you just kind of go through this story. So let's set the scene. So I remember that I was studying for a test. I had like a midterm, or a final, one of those two coming up. So I was in the library. I had, all of my stuff. I had my computer, and I could see a girl across from me, and she kept looking at me. So I'm like, okay, that's a little bit weird. But you're kind of just like going with it because I don't know you. You might not know me. I don't want to assume the worst. I'm not gonna try to fight you. So she just keeps looking at me, and I'm like, okay. And she seems very nice. She's smiling. She'll wave. And I'm like, okay, maybe you know me and I just don't remember. Maybe I've seen you at a birthday party. Maybe I've seen you around campus at a football game. It's college. There's a million places that I could have ran into her. So I'm just thinking, okay, like, I don't know, but maybe you know me. That's cool. So as time goes on, she's still looking at me. So I'm like, this is getting weird. Because you can feel someone looking at you. It's literally was one of those moments. So I was like, all right, trying to like avoid it, but you can't because you can feel it. And then eventually she gets up and she starts walking. And I'm like, is this girl about to come near me right now? And then she's like, she comes over and she's like, hey, how are you? And then she was super nice. So I'm like, okay, one of two things is about to happen. You're going to tell me about your sorority or you're going to invite me to church. Neither of those things happened. Let's just keep that in mind. So I did not expect what was going to happen next. So she was like, so we're talking. She seems really nice. And she goes, so what are you? What? I was like a freshman. Like, this is my first year here. That's what I'm thinking. She asked me, like, what year are you in? What's your major? Those are like two of the most common questions you're gonna get asked. And she goes like, no, like, what are you? Where are you? Like, what's your ethnicity? And I was like, oh, I'm black. She was like, no, but like, what are you? Black. Surprise. She's like, no, but like, what's the specifics? Oh, I'm mixed with a little bit of B, a little bit of L, A little bit of C, and a tiny bit of K. Like, I'm black. And then she's like, no, I don't believe that. What are you? And like, normally people will ask that. I'm just black. Like, some people will, if you know what you're looking for, you might see like Ethiopian, because that's where my dad's side, we have that. And so I was like telling her, I was like, oh, I was like, okay, like, I'm a little bit of this, and this, but overall, I'm just black. Like, it is what it is. And she goes, oh, that makes sense. I knew you were too pretty to just be black. Mm. Oh, Lord Jesus. You are lucky that I love the Lord, because if not, I would have went off. Who says that? And she was like so serious, and I said, excuse me? What? And she's like, yeah, like, I was like, she's really pretty for a black girl. Then I realized, like, no, she's too pretty to just be black. I think if I can find the picture that I sent to my sister right after it happened, I was so mad. And I was like, I just looking at her, and I just packed myself up and like walked away. I was like, bye, like, because I was like, if I stand here any longer, it's gonna be a whole scene in this library right now. And I was like, because of who I am, and I was like, no, I'm not about to do this. I was like, I'm not about to have this situation. I was so mad. And I was like, it brought me down to the topic of people being like, oh yeah, he's really cute for a black guy, or she's really pretty for a black girl. Hey, what does that even mean? I'm really pretty for what? When I tell you guys, I was just looking at her for a cool minute. Like, I know that this, y'all, as you can see, I'm still mad about it. I was like, had it been today, it might have been a different outcome. I might have tried to fight her. But back then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do this. Nope, we're not about to get into this right now. I was like, no, I'm not about to be letting this. No, I'm not going to feel this racist fire. And then I was like, I don't want to make a scene. And then all of a sudden, you're the ghetto loud black girl on campus. I was like, I'm just going to walk away. And I was like, because one day you're going to come across, it should have been me. It should have been me that been the person that she came across that whooped her. However, it was not. I was so mad. I was so offended, not even just for myself, because I know who I am and I know that I'm beautiful regardless of what my skin tone is, but because there are so many other women and girls, especially girls that are younger than I am, who are coming up in this and being told that they're pretty for a black girl. Like, no, absolutely not. You are beautiful regardless of what your skin tone could ever look like. And I was like, there's people who don't have the confidence or security in themselves and in what they look like and who they are on the inside. Like, those words are just, it could really, oh my gosh, like, you guys, I was, because those words could be so damaging to people. I was like, had I been insecure about myself, or even just about being a black girl on a predominantly white campus, that really could have hurt me. I was like, but I chose first of all not to allow that to impact me in the way that it could have. But there are so many people out there who are being told things like this, and I just want you guys to know, like, the purpose of the story time is to know that, like, those people are, first of all, they're stupid, absolutely ridiculously stupid. Do not ever listen to those people who tell you you're pretty for being a blank, whether it's black, Asian, Middle Eastern, white. It does not matter. You are beautiful, period, because God created you to be beautiful. I was like, don't listen to them. I cannot express to you guys enough how irritated I was. It just, it really, it hurts my heart to know that there are people out there who think the color of your skin matters in that sense. I believe the color of our skin does matter, because if it didn't, God, not in a way that it makes us better or less than one another, but because it makes us unique and it makes us different, and that means that we are an orchestra. We are harmony. This is what heaven looks like. And if you going around thinking someone's too pretty to be a specific skin tone, you are absolutely ridiculously foolish and you are racist. And I hope that you one day wake up and you're like, no, that is not okay. And I hope that even if you were to marry someone in a different race, that they never experience the comments that you made to me. And I'm honestly, you know what? I'm glad that it was me and not someone else who might not have been as confident in themselves. And I'm also glad because, you know what? I get to tell my future daughters and my sons that, you know what? Hey, this is what you look like, but you're beautiful regardless. That does not define you, and it never will define you. And not only that, and I also just get to teach my kids that, like, why being so beautiful on the inside is important. Because you can be flawless and gorgeous on the outside, but if you treat people like dirt, that's what they're going to remember. Because she was pretty and she was kind, but the thing that I took away from her is that she was foolish and she was ultimately racist. Sorry, not sorry. I'm getting irritated, so I'm just going to end this video now. But what I leave us with is just, please just be conscious of the things that you say to people. Be educated. Don't be dumb. Like, and just know that you guys are beautiful in like, whether you're albino or you are the brownest of the brown, the blackest of the black, it does not matter if you have a good heart. So please just be nice to one another. Thanks so much for watching my first video, my first story time. Like I said, I'm Chelsea. Please, if you guys have had any similar situations, please leave them down below and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. I'm really excited to start this new YouTube journey, and I hope that you guys are excited to join it with me. Bye!